There are over 60,000 species of trees on Earth. Having the ability to identify trees gives us insight into the soil, climate, and surrounding environmental conditions. We can most easily identify a tree by looking at its leaves, bark, and fruits and flowers. Before looking at the trees themselves, knowing the location or biome is necessary. Maryland is a temperate deciduous forest, which is a forest filled with deciduous trees that lose their leaves each year. These forests are found in the eastern one-third of North America, in Western Europe, in China, Korea, Japan, and Australia. Three of the most dominant species of trees in the forest are oak, maple, and beech. The first thing to look at when identifying a tree is its bark. This outer layer conserves water and protects the tree's essential living systems from temperature extremes and attacks. Ask yourself, is it smooth, scaly, shaggy, furrowed, blocky, or netted? Most of the trees in this area have hard, gray, scaly bark with deep grooves and ridges. The second identifiable part of a tree is the leaf. First, look at how the leaf is arranged on the stem. Are they directly opposite each other, or do they alternate with each other in a zigzag pattern? Are the leaves simple or compound? A simple leaf only has one part, and a compound has more than one part. You'll also want to look at the veins on the leaf. Are the leaflets pinnate or palmate? Pinnate leaves branch off from different places along the main vein or stem. Palmate leaves branch out from a single point at the base. What do the leaf margins or edges look like? Are they smooth, jagged, wavy, or do they have tiny teeth? The third tree identifier I'll discuss is the fruit or flower of a tree. The fruit grows on the branch near the leaf and can be identified by its unique color, shape, and size. For example, the fruit of an apple tree is obviously an apple, but many trees produce fruits that are less obvious, like an oak tree, which produces an acorn. Let's take a look at this beautiful white oak, or Quercus alba. They grow to be 80 to 100 feet tall, and most live to be 200 to 300 years old. The Y oak in Y Mills, Maryland, was estimated to be over 450 years old when it fell in a thunderstorm in 2002. The bark of an oak tree is a light ash gray and peels somewhat from the top, bottom, or sides. Many of the trees in the temperate deciduous forest have this type of bark, so you'll probably have to look beyond it to the leaves to be able to identify it. Luckily, the white oak has a very distinct leaf. The white oak's leaves are pinnate, simple, and arranged alternatively on twigs. They are 7 to 9 lobed, 5 to 9 inches long with short petioles. The lobes are rounded with bristle tips and vary in length from leaf to leaf, but are rather uniform on the same leaf. Surface color is dull green and paler below. The white oak's fruit is an acorn. The red oak, also common in this area, is similar looking but has distinct features. The acorn of a red oak, for example, has a smooth cap, whereas the acorn of a white oak has a bumpy or hairy cap. A white oak's acorn can fully develop in just one season, whereas red oak acorns need about 2 seasons to fully mature. Another example of a common tree in the temperate deciduous forest is the American beech tree, or Ficus grandifolia. This gorgeous specimen is naturally low-branched, with attractive glossy green leaves providing deep, inviting shade. It can reach heights of 50 to 80 feet and live for 300 to 400 years. The bark of a beech is easily recognized even in dense, complex forests by its thin, smooth, light gray bark, which looks like the skin of an elephant. Unfortunately, beech bark disease has become a major killer of beech trees in the United States. Insects attack the bark, creating a wound that is then infected by fungi. If a tree has a canker, it is an indicator of the disease. Beech leaves are dark green and have alternate leaf arrangement. They are simple, pinnate leaves, which grow to be 2 to 4 inches long. The leaf margin is serrate, with small teeth that terminate each vein, with a short petiole. The leaves turn a copper yellow in the fall, which beautifully reflects sunlight through the canopy. The fruit of a beech tree, known as beech nuts or mast, is found in small burrs that drop from the tree in autumn. They are small, roughly triangular, and edible, with a bitter taste. The fruit attracts birds, unlike the oak, which mainly attracts animals like squirrels and chipmunks. Another common tree in the temperate deciduous forest, and perhaps the most widely recognized, is the sugar maple. Its scientific name is Acer saccharum. This tree will be 60 to 80 feet tall at maturity. Sugar maple is best known for being the primary source of maple syrup and for its brightly colored fall foliage. The bark of a sugar maple changes as it ages. The bark of a younger tree is grayish-brown, and as the tree matures, the bark will deepen to a dark brown. It is characterized by vertical grooves that are closely spaced. When it's old, the plates are loose and easily peeled from the tree. A sugar maple's leaves are opposite and simple, growing 3 to 5 inches in length. They are palmately 5-lobed with slightly deep U-shaped sinuses, some long-pointed, narrow teeth, and firm leaf margins. As you can see, they are shaped like a star, which makes them easy to identify. The fruit of a sugar maple is called a samara. When I was young, we called them helicopter seeds because they float slowly to the ground on what resembles chopper blades. They can fly far from the tree, which aids in seed dispersal. A samara is a winged akene, a fruit with papery tissue that develops from the ovary wall. There are approximately 120 species of trees naturally occurring in Maryland. Some of these include the eastern white pine, eastern hemlock, red maple, red oak, sweet gum, tulip tree, American sycamore, white ash, black walnut, box elder, dogwood, cottonwood, hackberry, and many more. Try walking through the woods and identifying trees by their bark, leaves, and fruits on your next hike. It's not only a satisfying part of nature study, but it's also crucial for pest issues and matching planting to suitable sites. The next time a friend admires the spiked fruit of a sweet gum tree, you can say, "Ah yes, the liquidambar styraciflua."